Employees are the biggest risk for owners and for buyers of small and mid-sized businesses. As you're going to discover in today's presentation and the 6 other episodes that focus on different kinds of situations. In this episode, we're paying attention to the labor pool, the availability and the costs of employees. And as for availability, for our purposes, there are 2 things to think about. Who's looking for a job, and to what degree are employees willing to perform their jobs? The first pertains to the unemployment rate. The latter pertains to what employers can expect from their workers. So here's a tip. Pay particular attention to the episode in my series that are coming up, the ones about the behavior, the expectations, and the worries. That's what we're facing today, and it can throttle employers, somewhat like the problems that are affecting the supply chains. It's not good when you can't get what you need to run your organization. Is that right? I'm Ted Leverette, broadcasting from partneroncall.com. I'm the original business buyer advocate. For more than 30 years, I've been training and guiding people worldwide who buy small and mid-sized businesses. I'm not a broker, never have been. I don't sell business, and I don't represent sellers. You can learn more about how the savviest searchers and buyers achieve done deals by reading both of my books, How to Prepare Yourself and Find the Right Business to Buy, and How to Buy the Right Business the Right Way. You can get them on Amazon. Okay, our topic today concerns the availability and costs of employees, which are among the biggest risks for the owners and sellers and buyers of businesses. In this episode, one of 7 topics in the series, I'm going to further establish the foundation and the framework. Some of the other episodes provide the evidence, along with suggestions that are proven to avoid or mitigate or cope with the risks. Among the evidence I'll present are going to be links to more than 100 free reports and other resources that you can use to anticipate what's ahead and then handle it. So please learn from all 7 of my succinct and I think you'll find eye-opening presentations. Well, what about the unemployment rate? Oh, you're thinking the unemployment rate is rising and there will be lots more people looking for work? Well, don't get too excited about that. What if the kinds of people being laid off are the least productive or the most irritating? My bet is the top talent is not going to settle for less. Okay, this is scary. Let me just read what it shows on the slide. With the shift in workers' attitudes, we have 2 choices: accept and adapt, or resist and deny. Which choice will you make? Well, that's written by somebody who is an expert on the employee-employer playing field. Cheryl Cran goes on to say, workers are more discerning about where they choose to work and why they work. It's said to continue to at least 2030. This is a social change, not a trend. In 2023, leaders would benefit in accepting the worker market reality. I rarely read what's on a slide, but that is so important, I just needed to voice it. So what about the availability and the costs of employees? Well, it's a tough pill to swallow if you're an employer. But the writing is on the wall, isn't it? And that's why I advise searchers to discount whatever has been the profit of companies they want to buy, unless the employees are earning market rates and benefits, and their productivity is not diminishing, which you won't know unless you interview the employees before you buy a company. Well, if you've been following the news, you know that there's numerous workforce crises. Availability, shortages, scarcity, retention, unemployment. It's just like endless what we're seeing in the news, and we're going to cover some of that right now. There is some good news. Well, it's for the employees. More owners say that filling open jobs got easier after they instituted pay increases for new hires and experienced workers. You see, that's what I'm hearing. And it's not good news for employers, especially if their budgets cannot afford or absorb these increasing costs. Now, what about the business buyers who must increase employee compensation shortly after buying? Bye-bye profit, bye-bye return on investment, and maybe liquidity, which is a big concern to the lenders who finance business acquisitions. If you don't get this right, buyers, you'll be dusting off the personal guarantee you eagerly handed over to lenders. Okay, here's a point of reference. Many kinds of employees are saying that they are underpaid 10 to 20%. Bringing them up to market rates will eat a huge chunk of the after-tax profit in most small businesses. Oh, you're thinking, we'll raise prices. Well, think again. And I'm going to cover that wishful thinking in another episode. Here's another perspective. Recession fears worldwide are causing demand for contract workers to surge by more than 25%. Companies are turning to freelancers and contractors ahead of a recession. But there are plenty of downsides, which I'm going to cover later, especially with what employers want to characterize as independent contractors. Here's a teaser. Watch the labor laws and your trade secrets with these independent contractors or freelancers. Now, outsourcing can be wonderful. I'm going to share the good news about that in my episode entitled Solutions. For now, here's a preview of what I'll elaborate on when I cover the risks in 3 other episodes. These are the ones you absolutely must pay attention to. Those episodes are behaviors, expectations, and worries. The problems there too. Each of those presentations take on a different aspect of risk, such as, working on-site or remotely, loss of control, employee turnover and recruitment and training. How about the barriers for communicating or the latent and hidden costs? And we're going to, again, cover the pros and cons of outsourcing. Hey, look, in 2022, the International Business Broker Association and the M&A Source business intermediaries, they represent Main Street and lower middle market M&A transactions, they reported that 68% of advisors say that labor shortages have had the biggest effect, which have caused some buyers to reevaluate their deal strategy. Talent and supply chain issues remain persistent concerns. And there's something else. The laws are changing, the labor laws in particular. They're affecting the availability of affordable employees. You're going to hear more about this in another episode, but for now, listen up, Aussies. Here's a headline from Down Under. Australia has revamped labor laws to favor workers. Australia is the latest to afford workers more protections and flexibility. Here's more perspective. Worldwide, frustration is mounting as customers want longer opening hours. The stores can't fill the positions, the employees feel overworked, and the employers struggle to hire more help. Nobody's happy. To recruit employees, some employers are offering unlimited paid vacation. What about in Britain? Well, striking UK rail and health workers are enjoying public support. The question is, will the British public shift? Well, here's a harsh reality. A surge in employee turnover produces an endless training cycle. Economists say the wave of job switching could be one factor in the weakening productivity that the United States economy has experienced in recent years. So what's the bottom line? Now is a good time to accurately assess the labor pool. What's the availability? At what cost when you need it? By the way, quite a few small and mid-sized businesses are for sale because owners do not want to live through what's ahead. Buyers beware and be aware. Okay, what's ahead for you? Well, how about expanding your perceptions by learning from all 7 of my episodes? The first one was about evolving employer-employee relationships. You've just listened to availability and costs of employees. Coming up will be problematic behaviors, and then problematic expectations, followed by employee or employer worries. And then what's ahead, and finally, solutions for employers and employees. Okay, what I've tried to do today is bring forth some more ideas to give you things to think about for your planning and your actions. The key is knowing how to find and buy the right business the right way is what you're going to need to do to avoid the messes with sellers and employees. You can quickly improve your situation and protect your future if you just simply read my books. I can help you deploy the tactics and strategies in them. You can get them on Amazon. And one more thing, let's privately Zoom and we can focus and maybe help you get better results. You can email me from my website, partneroncall.com. So, I'm Ted Leverette, the original business buyer advocate. Thank you for listening and be careful out there. You can do better if you contact me and we build or improve your searcher marketing plan. You can learn more about searching by reading my book, How to Prepare Yourself and Find the Right Business to Buy. And my other book helps you achieve worthwhile deals, How to Buy the Right Business the Right Way. You will save time, you will save money, you will achieve better deals if you do what the savviest buyers do. I'm available to help you deploy the tactics and strategies from my books. You can get them on Amazon. So, I'm Ted Leverette, the original business buyer advocate with Partner On Call Network. Thanks for listening.